Hi, my name is Renee Hansen, and I'm doing my presentation on Chapter 7, Question 4. A few key terms that I would like to go over in the Chapter 7 section are market segmentation, market segments, target markets, and market segmentation analysis. Market segmentation is the division of the overall market for a service into groups of people with common characteristics. These are usually called market segments or target markets. A market segment is an identifiable component group of an overall market whose members have common characteristics and to which a specific service appeals. A target market basically means a market segment selected by a hospitality and travel organization for marketing attention. I wanted to provide a couple of examples for looking at these target markets or looking at the market segmentations within the hospitality industry. So I found this YouTube clip that's pretty self-explanatory. We'll get this all set up in there real quick and I'll play it for you.
I miss Richfield and my favorite city, Philadelphia. Independence Hall. I gotta get a photo. Ding dong, Liberty's calling. Someone should fix that. So many new Philly friends. The Rocky Steps. Go, Adrian! Smile. And the nightlife never stops in Philly. Or almost never. I love this city. Book your stay now.
Okay, so as you saw from that clip, they are definitely selling the city of Philadelphia, and obviously their target markets for that city is going to be the gay and lesbian community. I read a lot about this in surrounding areas. There's this About Tourism WordPress article I was reading about several different cities who are appealing to this large group of individuals. And instead of not wanting them in their city or having a political agenda, they know that these people are going to bring a lot of money and tourism to their city. I think that's a great example of target markets for not only in the city of Philadelphia, but for hotels and nightlife. They said the Rocky Steps, just like in the movies. And that, to me, definitely selects a market to appeal to, which is a lot about what's in this chapter. Selecting the markets, knowing who to appeal to, knowing when and where to step up your game to advertise for them. Another website that I want to show is the About Tourism market segmentations. Here's just kind of a little bit about it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it had a market segmentation, who's your target. And this is kind of an article that I used a lot side by side within this chapter to kind of help me understand it a little bit more. I mean, it is pretty self-explanatory within the fact that you want to appeal to certain groups. For example, I work at the Crowne Plaza in downtown Denver, and we're a convention hotel. We are right next to the convention center, just like about a block and a half away. Our target groups are those citywide conventions. During the summertime, during convention season in Denver, which is the majority of the summertime, we have citywide sellouts where if you're a normal person, you probably won't get a hotel room if there's a conference going on. This week alone, we have NEA, National Education Association, is going on at the convention center, and we are sold out. 4th of July weekend's coming up, the same conference is going on at the citywide. People are trying to find rooms, but our prices are higher because we are trying to get this other group in, and they have a rate that we're selling to them, but we have to make money off of the other people. So our target market is typically the traveling business person. We have amenities for them. We have room service. We have coffee in their room. You can get a refrigerator and microwave if you need it, if you're here for long periods of time. Typically, we get the business the Monday through the Friday. And then we do get our weekend business, which weekends we typically have a lower rate if we don't have a group in town because we're in downtown Denver. We have all of the capabilities. You got bars, you have the restaurants, and then you also have the convention center. Some people come in the weekend before their convention to kind of explore the city as well. So that's kind of cool to be able to pick out what at least in the downtown area, what is the target market, which for the majority of people, it is going to be the business traveler at the hotels down here. The majority of the businesses, it's the business travelers, it's the conventions. That's where they make their money. We have the Hard Rock Cafe comes in every week looking at our numbers for the next 2 weeks. And they come in every week because those change so much and so rapidly. Last week, maybe this time today, we have 200 arrivals coming in. Last week it said that we only had about 35. That's how drastically, if there's a convention in town, that it can change. So we have to appeal to that market of what can we offer that they can't get anywhere else. All right, back to the PowerPoint. Sorry, I just wanted to show some examples of it so it's a little bit more clear, and it's a lot more clear to me, especially working in the industry. Let's see here. So, market segmentation analysis. Market segmentation analysis is the process of dividing the whole market into groups with common characteristics and selecting those market segments that the organization is best able to serve. Kind of goes along with those two examples I just showed. You want to break down who's coming to this area, who's going to spend money, who is going to be here, and how do we appeal to those people? How do we make sure that our hotel or our restaurant is the one that they're choosing, or our destination is going to win above all? I know I was looking at on that About Tourism site on the WordPress, they had Australia, and they're appealing to youth. They want young people to come to Australia. They want kids to want their parents to come to Australia. It's an adventurous place. Why wouldn't you want to go to Australia? But they're appealing to kids to try to push them to then get their parents on board with it as well. Some reasons for market segmentation. The basic reason for market segmentation is that trying to appeal to all potential customers, the untargeted approach is wasteful. I find this to be very true. You can't appeal to everybody. Nobody can. You can try. You can have as many amenities as you can possibly have, and still someone is going to find something wrong with it. But appealing to maybe a majority that are going to be coming is a good idea, or just pinpointing a specific group that is coming into town. So some benefits of market segmentation is that it's a more effective use of marketing dollars, a clearer understanding of the needs and wants of selected customer groups, more effective positioning, and greater precision in selecting promotional vehicles and techniques. So there are a lot of benefits to market segmentation. Which brings me to my presentation question. Question number 4, which asks, does market segmentation have any limitations? If so, what are they? With anything, there are going to be limitations, and we're going to go through each one. Before I actually even answer that question, though, some facts from the textbook are most organizations find that a segmented marketing strategy is the most effective. 95% of the time, segmentation is used in the hospitality and travel industry, but market segmentation does have limitations. Market segmentation has the following limitations and problems. More expensive than using non-segmented approach, difficult to select the best customer characteristics to use for segmenting a market, difficult to know how finely or broadly to segment, and tendency to appeal to segments that are not viable. So I wanted to take a closer look into each of these just to kind of break it down. Yes, 95% of the time market segmentation is used. I have that fact from the textbook, and it seems that that is what the hospitality and tourism industry does. They appeal to segmented target markets. They have their target markets. But as with anything, there are limitations. So we're going to look at each one a little bit closer, just so we have an idea of what limitations there can be and can arise. More expensive. A wider range of services and price structures must be provided. Websites, advertisements, and promotions have to be tailored to the habits and preferences of each segment. Because of each additional target market brings an extra cost, each must be examined individually to determine whether to pursue it is actually worthwhile. The second one is difficult to select the best segmentation characteristics. Many segmentation characteristics can be used. The marketer's dilemma is to decide which characteristics or combination of characteristics will produce the best return on the marketing investment. It is difficult to know how finely or broadly to segment. It can be as wasteful to have too many as it is to have too few target markets. And finally, the last limitation, according to our textbook, is the tendency to appeal to non-viable segments. Some groups may be too small to justify the marketing investment required. Some segments may not be permanent. They may be fad-oriented or only exist for a few years. Other segments may be so dominated by one or more larger companies that a newcomer that chooses to pursue these segments will find it both expensive and unrewarding. So, yes, market segmentation is used. There is analysis, but a lot of research goes into that. I mean, we've been learning this whole semester of you can't just wing it in this industry. You have to have facts. You have to know your area. You have to know what kind of people are going to be coming into your area. You have to know if you can bring more people into that area, and if so, how. And that goes along with advertising and promotions, and it's kind of a give and take, trial and error type thing. So I do see that, it basically makes sense that there would be limitations, but for the most part, it's the most viable way to get people into your hotel, to appeal to those groups. Denver itself, especially using that as my same example, is the convention. The convention center rules downtown Denver. In the wintertime, it is pretty dead around here. You have the locals that'll come out, but if it's a big snowstorm, it's not going to be very busy. You know that your hotel has to have something that maybe other hotels don't. Amenities. The Brown Palace is a perfect example. They have a spa, they have their high tea, they have all sorts of amenities that my hotel might not have, but I can send my guest over there. So I guess in conclusion, basically to sum everything up, I'm going on tangents here, is that yes, there are limitations. I answered the question that yes, there are limitations, and we can see what those limitations are. And I guess for especially smaller businesses, I could see it definitely affecting them. I think it used fast food as an example. But for the most part, as that 95% of the time it is used, it tends to be the most viable thing to do. And just a lot of research needs to go into your target markets and knowing the area. Thank you.